Alex Vidal. Please report to the stage.
Oh, is he? Okay. How much more time we need? All right, listen up. We got about 5 minutes. We're going to gavel back in at 11. The stream is live, so we're going to go ahead and get going at exactly 11 p.m. or a.m.
Hey folks, if you haven't heard, the Wi-Fi that we're using is no dress code. The password is capital S on sandals or shoes. And I want to take a moment to thank Lauren Dean, the chair of the Libertarian Party of California, for donating $500 and winning that contest, all of which that money will be used to fund scholarship training sessions tomorrow and Sunday. Folks, we've got two training sessions going on. And first of all, whoever's here in the room, give an applause, come on, for Lauren Dean for stepping up. Lauren Dean, hey, there you go. All right. Lauren Dean stepped up big time, $500 donation to sponsor the Wi-Fi password and naming. 100% of that money will go to scholarships for our training sessions tomorrow and Sunday. If you haven't heard, we've got some great training that's still available. There's tickets available. They're being sold at the registration desk. It's $179. That covers 2 days of training by the Leadership Institute. And I think everyone in this room understands that one of the biggest challenges facing the Libertarian movement is the care and feeding, the recruitment of volunteers. So the morning session will focus on that exclusively. Tomorrow and Sunday afternoon, there will be a separate training track, which is $179 for 2 days, and that will be on communications. Both tracks include days of breakfast, and on the lunch track are 2 lunches. So if you're looking for some excellent training to walk home with, be the trainer who trains folks back home, it's an incredible opportunity. For folks who've supported all of these breakout sessions, a sincere thanks. As folks can tell, this is not a small operation. Our AV costs, our rental costs are significant. So you are investing in your party, and you're going to have some great speeches. On Sunday, Ford Fisher, our public relations person, Brian, and some guy named Pat Ford is going to hold a session on the independent media. For folks who think they understand the independent media, we're going to talk about it. We're going to take your questions. I work in the media. Brian obviously does. Ford Fisher is an international superstar in independent media. Name a time, a riot, a protest, and a place, he was probably there, and you could see his pictures. So you're talking to folks who are boots on the ground. Again, Ammon Bundy today, of that Bundy family, is going to be holding a luncheon breakout session. By the way, the Free State Project is holding one as well at no cost. The Ammon Bundy one will require a meal ticket, or you can buy on the spot and a la carte. So, folks, we welcome your support. By the way, tonight, Texas karaoke. All right? The great folks, Pat Dixon and the great folks. First of all, how about a round of applause for Pat Dixon? He's running for office. All right? Longtime activist, great guy, and he hosts a hella karaoke party. So Texas karaoke.
Take their seats, get in, and
Right.
whenever you're ready, open.
All right, folks, we're ready to start again. If you could take your seats, please. And we'll be starting in just literally a minute. Just give folks a chance to get back to their seats. Thank you for listening. Listen, I'm everywhere. If you have questions about signing up for breakout sessions, you may have had an opportunity to before. If you're looking for training, you'll have a great time, you'll learn, and you'll also support the Libertarian Party. Thank you.
Have a couple of announcements. Delegates, the doors to the stage left are not emergency exits because they are blocked by the credentials and registration tables. So please do not use those doors over there. Please use the doors in the back of the hall, behind you, not to the side. Maria Powell is looking for a roommate. Her phone number is 818-552-2211. She is willing to be a, quote, matchmaker for anyone looking for a room or a roommate. Again, her number is 818-552-2211. I never thought I'd be making an announcement like that, but here we are.
All right, everybody, please be seated. We're going to go on here in a moment. If there's anybody out in the hallway, usher them in.
818-552-2211. Nomination sheets for the chair. I have to turn them in tonight before the end of, yeah. Okay, thank you.
So just for your information, from my perspective, microphone 1 is going to be on my right, your left. Microphone 2 is going to be center. Microphone 3 is going to be on my left, your right. I'm going to go in between microphones once we start business. So myself or the presiding officer will go in order. As a reminder, a delegate can speak up to 2 times on one motion for up to 10 minutes. You don't have to take the whole 10 minutes.
Please don't.
I encourage you not to. Where's Ken? David, while we're waiting on time, do you want to
Coming back to order shortly.
While we're waiting on credentials to finish up, I want to introduce you to our convention parliamentarian, David Whitaker, who's going to come up, talk about your rights, how to keep me in check, and as well as a few informational points. So go ahead, Mr. David.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Dave Whitaker. Glad to be with you all. I hope that over the course of the convention, if you have questions about Robert's Rules of Order or parliamentary procedure, that you would stop me in the hallway. I'd be glad to talk about it until the world ends. This morning, if you did not catch the live stream of parliamentary training that we did last week, it is still available on YouTube for members. I'll be glad to send the link out in a way that would be accessible to all of you if you need it. This morning, there will be opportunities for you to appeal the decision of the chair. And I want to talk through that just a second. You all may want to do something as a convention, and it might not be appropriate either at that time or will conflict with things that have already been adopted, your standing rules, the parliamentary authority, your bylaws, etc. But if you feel that the chair is wrong in their decision, you may appeal the decision of the chair. The chair will tell you why he thinks he's right. Then he'll ask you, madam, why you might be right. And then he will end and then say, shall the decision of the chair be sustained? If you believe the chair is right, you will vote yes. If you believe he is wrong, you will vote no, and then overturn the decision of the chair. This keeps the presiding officer's power in check. I also want to talk about the 3 things that seem to consume a great deal of floor time, and those are points of order, points of information, and parliamentary inquiries. A point of order is you are breaking a rule. The chair will tell you why he is not breaking a rule or why your objection is either well taken or not well taken. A parliamentary inquiry is, I don't understand what we're doing. If, for example, we did a motion that parliamentarians don't really know about, and you needed some, well, we don't use regularly, like objection to the consideration of the question. I think 2 of your conventions ago, there was a member who stood and said, I object. He objected morally. He didn't object parliamentarily, and that was the differentiation. That's a point of order. A point of information is what we call appointed privilege. There's a point of privilege that affects everyone. Mr. Chair, I rise to a point of privilege. It's too cold in here. I can't hear. The lights are too low. A point of personal privilege is for you personally. I'm not in the minutes, and I should be. I feel like my rights are being violated. Can you tell me why they are or aren't? It is absolutely not your opportunity to come to the mic and say, I have a point of information. Ooh. Now I got nothing. How's that? Okay. You can't come to the mic and then say, point of information, I believe taxation is theft, followed by 5 minutes of debate of your own. That's not in order. You will be told to take your seat. If you try and come to the mic a 3rd time, that's out of order. It's twice, up to 10 minutes per item. So when you come to the mic, be sure that you actually have a point of order, a parliamentary inquiry, or a point of information. Don't come and use all of those at a mic to then introduce what you think is important business. And that's all I really have. If you have questions about R1R or the parliamentary authority, please feel free to find me. There are other credentialed parliamentarians peppered throughout the room, and I'm sure they'd be happy to answer your questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. All right, we're going to be gaveling back in. It's about 11:05. The first item of business is going to be the Credentials Committee report. So I'd like to recognize Credentials Committee Chair, Mr. Molman. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. All right. I have the distinct honor presenting you the initial credentials report of the Credentials Committee for the 2026 Libertarian National Convention. You can applaud. It's exciting. All right. I would respectfully ask that everyone hold off on any motions until I get through the report. We'll all have time. We currently have 539 primary delegates qualified and checked into the convention that are credentialed. We have additionally 15 alternates that are qualified and checked into the convention and are credentialed. The Credentials Committee has several items to bring to the body that we could not resolve internally. We bring those to you because we are just a body, the clearinghouse. You are the final arbiters of this delegation. For the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Mr. Matt Harris of Michigan was added to that delegation on May 20th, and the committee was unable to verify his National Party membership. For the state of New Mexico, the following alternates were not qualified due to a state party requirement that delegates be state residents: Grant Baker of Michigan, Andrew Chatterton of Michigan, Ben DeJong of Michigan, Matt Harris of Michigan, Tony Lasher of Michigan, Benedict Thielen of Michigan, Jerome Thielen of Michigan, and Cled Thompson of Michigan. For the state of Oregon, Mark Edgington of New Hampshire has been confirmed to be a registered Republican in the state of New Hampshire, and Oregon State Party's bylaws prevent members of another party from being a delegate. The Credentials Committee specifically recommends against seating Mr. Edgington. With 539 primary delegates, the voting thresholds are as follows. Get your pens ready. A majority is 270. 2/3 is 360. 3/4 is 405. 7/8 is 472. Quorum is a total of 216 delegates. In closing, I want to thank my fellow members of the Credentials Committee for the very hard work that they've done. We've tried to be fair and honest and open to this entire process. We will reopen credentials as soon as this report is accepted. We will be back open, so those, I know there are some waiting. Please come see us. We will be there. And on behalf of the Credentials Committee, I move the acceptance of this opening report of the Credentials Committee at the 2026 Libertarian National Convention.
All right, we have a motion and a second. The floor is now open to discussion. Microphone 1, please state your full name and your delegation.
Nathan Madden, Arizona. I have a request for information for the chair.
What is your point of information?
Is taxation theft?
Taxation is not only theft, it is extortion.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, microphone 1.
Hold on 1 second. Is there anybody at microphone 2? I'm going to go and rotate. Microphone 3, is anybody? Okay. If not, go ahead, sir.
Josiah Baker, Libertarian Party of Tennessee. A point of personal privilege. Just a quick, non-contentious announcement. Libertarians are under assault, as we all saw what happened. The only Congress...
I'm sorry, sir. It's not in order at this time. We have to proceed with business. But if you have an announcement, you can bring it up to the secretary in writing, and he gets to read it off.
Perfect.
Go ahead, microphone 1.
Hello, my name is Zachary Finkelstein from New Jersey Libertarian Party. I have a point of personal privilege in regards to your great opening speech with one contention. We need to be careful about our association with Nigel Farage in particular
I
for
hear you,
a couple
but this
of
is
reasons.
not germane to business. I'm sorry, so we're going to go to the next person. Not saying I agree with Nigel, but he did have me on. Go ahead.
You want microphone one?
Microphone one, go ahead.
I move to amend, Nick Soselsky, delegate, Pennsylvania. I move to amend the credential report to add the New Mexico delegates mentioned.
Second.
Your name, sir?
Nick Soselsky, Pennsylvania.
Nick Selsey. Can you spell your last name, Nick?
C-I-E-S-I-E-L-S-K-I.
You got that? Okay. All right, so a motion has been made to accept the New Mexico delegates as
Second.
presented.
There is a second.
Michigan. Okay, so the New Hampshire delegates includes 8 individuals from,
New Mexico.
I'm sorry, the New Mexico delegates includes adding 8 people from Michigan to be included in that delegation. That's your motion. Is there a second?
There is a second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. We're now on to discussion. Would you like to speak to your motion?
Yeah. My understanding on this is New Mexico seated out of state before and appointed these Michigan delegates, which were in Michigan, so it's no surprise that there's a whole lot of extra Michigan delegates. And since they're here, I think we should allow them to join us in voting.
Do you wish to be recognized at microphone 2 for discussion? Do you wish to be recognized? Go ahead, microphone 2.
Trisha
Your name.
Sprankle, Ohio. There are no residents of New Mexico present. There are no residents of New Mexico in that delegation. The bylaws of New Mexico are not being followed if we allow these 8 people to be seated as delegates. When we do not follow our bylaws, we are just allowing a wave of whoever to come in. The bylaws are there for a reason. Let's follow them. I am against this motion. Thank you.
Microphone 3, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's good to see you. I'd like to say a couple words on behalf of my friends in New Mexico who have asked us to say this to you guys. Number one, their committee has already determined what they want to do with this, and this is consistent with their past practices and their bylaws. They've assured us of this. The problem is that it's being litigated here because, contrary to what the committee did in most instances, they decided to try to argue the nuances of the bylaws of New Mexico, resulting in this floor vote. The reality is that the ambiguity is over the word member and how it's being used, which is determined by the topic that it occurs in that section. When the word is not adequately specified, we have to look to the context. That's normal. But I'm not even looking at it so much as a technical call, just as the state has expressed their will. We do this. We come and we exchange the ideas and the presence of the libertarian movement together. And we do that by making alliances through regions. We do that by talking to other states. Their choice to seat delegates from Michigan is a choice that was decided by their organization with a broad majority. They, right now, are getting ripped off of their representation because people want to make technical arguments about bylaws they haven't read, that they don't have a stake in. This is about New Mexico's ability to speak for itself, and they are embattled. They are under attack by the Liberal Party in their state, and that Liberal Party is not us, but they use our name. They are constantly dragging New Mexico out, and these guys are fighting so hard just to be heard, and it's hard to get over here, as we can see from the turnout. So I say that we should seek them. We should let New Mexico decide what's best for New Mexico. It does not clearly violate their bylaws. We're basically litigating their state's right to be heard based on, let's be real, this isn't about the bylaws, it's about the politics, it's about the factions, right? If this was your state, you would want the people that you appointed to be seated. And so I hope that's what this body will do, and that's why I am in favor of this amendment.
Microphone 1.
Hi, Steve Dosbach, South Carolina. 2 years ago, the LP of New Mexico passed a provision at their convention that allowed for out-of-state delegates for that convention and that convention only. This time, they did not pass such a provision, so they are left with their default bylaws, which, as was stated earlier, do not allow out-of-state delegates.
Microphone 2, name and state.
Jim Fulner, Connecticut. Request for information. Do not the National Committee bylaws indicate that at least one member of the delegation needs to be a resident of the state?
Yes, it does.
The National Committee bylaws.
Yeah, hang on. I know he's talking about.
Hold on one second.
So
I think that's correct.
there's a provision that delegates are allocated to a
It's
state,
in a weird
but under the provision that at least one of those delegates is from the
It talks about you
state.
have to submit a name for 230 days. It says you must be a resident of the state.
Right.
When they submitted names, they didn't show
And that's what I
up.
was going to say. It depends on how you interpret that. Does it mean that he has to be a resident or not?
But when you yeah, that's a proposal.
Internet again. So let's pull the other one. I think it would be a good idea for you to make a statement or.
What's the section?
Steve covered it. I want to know what you
The answer is yes. I just want to know an access this moment. Right, because if what she said is true, that no one from Mexico is here, then those people don't have to go to
I don't trust you people.
That's why I have a VPN.
I don't have to. Sorry. So there's your delegate allocation.
There's a word providing. Or Lily.
Okay, hang on. It's right around here. Go up just a hair.
Not offhand. I know we put it in there in 1989. The reason Ron Paul won in 87
provided that
South
at least
Point
one delegate must be a
was
resident.
all people from Ron Paul's family. And his opponent, who was from South Dakota, didn't think he had a rule. He just thought he won because he had gone to every state and won all the trouble.
There is a spot where it says one from the state. And it has to do with the allocation.
This is a delegate allocation.
Hey, you know what you could do? Jim Farmer made that query. If he knows what section that might be.
Jim, do you know what section you're referring to in the bylaws?
I don't know.
No, it's here. I just saw it. I literally just saw it. So I had the same question. What section, what is it?
Article 10, 3A.
What?
Article 10, 3A. About resident requirement.
10.3A.
Oh, yeah. It's number 3A, one delegate of each 0.14%, a fraction thereof. The total sustaining membership of the However, that is entitled to send delegates.
So wouldn't that be the same thing? If they're not entitled to send delegates, then they have no delegates. They have no delegates. They have a problem with
Then at least one such delegate. Yeah,
By the word,
my interpretation of that is if they submit the delegate from the state, it's because it's part of submitting the entire list. They've sent somebody because it has to be submitted as a delegate.
wow. It is. And not only is it correct, but it's redefined later on. The ambiguity is actually clarified.
I remembered when she brought it up. I'm like, yeah, that's right. All right.
Then it wouldn't matter what New Mexico bylaws say.
Yeah, so under that, with the definition of Article 10 to would mean that at least one of them would have to be present.
I'm just saying, that's the other issue.
10.3. So with the definition set in Article 10.
All I know is they're dealing with the question Jim had.
That definition of a delegate.
2 points. Number one, we can't override the bylaws. Number two, at least one such delegate must be a resident of the state or district.
Oh.
I don't know either. I'll make my argument if they don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't raise one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't want to override the autonomy of that state.
They use some valves over there.
They get to do whatever they want. They have to abide by their own bylaws too.
Guests are here. That's a good question.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Chair, point of parliamentary
Hold
inquiry.
on 1 second. The point of information
Depends on the rules.
will be answered by the chair. Under bylaws section 10, 2A,
2A. 3A.
3,
2A defines, 3A is the
3A.
right. So 2A says,
Let him speak.
3A.
No, it is 2A.
the delegate, the 0.14% is 2A, correct?
Read the
Yeah.
last section of 2A.
Okay. Okay. So we've got one delegate for each 0.14%, a fraction thereof, of the total party sustaining membership in that affiliate, provided that at least one such delegate must be a resident of that state or district. The definition of a delegate: at all regular conventions, delegates shall be those so accredited who have registered at the convention. Seeing as New Mexico has no one who is a resident of that state currently credentialed, this amendment is out of order.
Yes. Point of order.
Where's the point of order? Microphone 2, name and state.
I'm not a delegate, but I am.
You're not a delegate.
I'm from New Mexico.
You cannot speak if you're not a delegate. You cannot speak if you're
Mexico.
not a delegate, sir.
I am from New
You cannot
Mexico,
And I was disaffiliated by the fucking
Are there any delegates who are seeking to be recognized?
Point of order.
Which microphone?
Mic 1. There are 2 delegates on the...
I'm sorry, hold on. Who's speaking?
Mic 1.
Mic 1, name and state.
Nick Sosowski, Pennsylvania. There's, I believe, 2 people from New Mexico on that report, right?
So there, I can speak to that. I can speak to that. There are 2 people that were listed on the report itself, or I'm sorry, let me state that away. There are 2 people who are registered in the system who are listed on the report as eligible to become delegates. However, they are not currently delegates. They have not checked in. We've been told anyway they're not coming, but I mean, anybody could say whatever. But what the facts of the matter are that, yes, there are 2 people that are listed as delegates, but they are not here. They are not checked in. They are not present. And as far as I'm aware, they are not in this state. So.
Under 10.2a, you have to be registered at convention to be considered a delegate. It's not just what's submitted. All right, so we're back on discussion on the credentials report. Microphone 2.
Mr. Chair?
No, microphone 2. You're recognized.
Is it appropriate now to add people to our delegation who have not previously? I would like to
Your name and state, please.
I'm Tricia Sprankle, Ohio. I would like to request that Chrissy Wickers, whose information I have on this piece of paper here, be added to our delegation.
Second. There is a motion and a second. We're now on to discussion. Would you like to speak to your motion?
Chrissy Wickers is a longtime activist who started out in Michigan and has done so much for Ohio. I appreciate all of her work for signatures and every campaign that she's worked for, including my own. Please include her in our delegation. She is very worthy.
Is there any discussion on the amendment to add the delegate? I'm going to recognize Mr. Redpath from the stage.
I just wanted to say, please approve this. I will forever be in the debt of Chrissy Wickers because she kicked off a Republican plant who ran against me in the Ohio Libertarian Party primary. So vote Chrissy Wickers into the Ohio delegation. She richly deserves it. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All right, we're going to, can we do a voice vote on this, or does it have to be standing?
It's 2/3, yeah, that's stand.
It's 2/3? Oh, it's 2/3 to amend, right?
Have them hold their card up.
Mike,
You know what you could do?
Mike
You can
3.
ask if there's objection. Do it, do it, do it.
Microphone 3.
Is this germane to the amendment?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir, your name and state.
Daniel Donnelly, New York delegation. We have a member with us, Daniel Del Rocco from Saratoga County.
Well, hold
New
on.
York.
We're on the Chrissy Wickers amendment. Is this germane to the Chrissy Wickers amendment?
We have a delegate to add.
Okay, hold on one second. All right, hearing no more discussion on the amendment to add Chrissy Wickers to her delegation, is there any objection to the motion? Hearing no objection, amendment passes. Go ahead, microphone 3.
Daniel Del Rocco from Saratoga County, New York. We would move to have him added to our delegation. He is a dues-paying member of National. He changes voter registration to Libertarian in New York, but that is not reflected because we're in the blackout period. But we would like him to be added to our delegation. Daniel Del Rocco is his name.
It will still require, if he's not, was he submitted?
Was the delegate submitted previously?
Speaking of the microphone, you can't.
Was the delegate submitted previously? Or is this a new delegate that has not submitted previously to the Credentials Committee?
This is a new delegate. We are under strength for our delegation, so
All right,
he
if
would
it-
be within our allotment.
And can you spell his name, please?
Daniel, Delrocco.
Yeah, it's 2/3.
And what is your name and state, sir?
Daniel Donnelly, New York.
All right, because this individual has not previously submitted credentials, it does require a 2/3 vote. I'll ask the body if there's any objection to the amendment to consider this individual to New York. All right, I see objections. For a 2/3 vote, I'm going to ask all the, well, let me ask, is there any discussion? All right, hearing no discussion, all in favor of adding this individual to New York, please stand or bring up your token. All right, signs down. All opposed, please raise your token. That looks like 2/3 to me. Okay, so take care of that.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, the gentleman from New York, if you could have that new member please go to the credentials desk and check in, that'd be great.
Mr. Chair, point of order, microphone 2.
If you can find him,
I'm going to,
we need
Mr.
to
Chair?
have them. Go ahead.
Mr. Donnelly, if you could have that member go to the credentials desk so that he can be registered. Thank you.
Point of
Upon
information.
a close of the credentials report being adopted.
Microphone 1.
Mr. Chair,
Who's speaking?
Eli Dalton Webb
Oh,
from
okay,
Arizona.
name and state, please, sir.
Eli Dalton Webb from Arizona.
And your name?
Eli Dalton Webb from Arizona.
Okay, go ahead.
I move to add Kaylin Dreyer from New Mexico.
No. To which delegation?
New Mexico.
To New Mexico, okay. Can you please spell the name slowly of the delegate?
I don't know what is.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Does DC have residents in their delegation?
Hold on one second.
May I answer that, Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
So I have a resident of New Mexico right beside me. He's physically here in this room. It's Kaylin, K-A-E-L-A-N, Dreyer. So it's D-R-E-Y-E-R.
Okay, is that your motion?
Yes.
Is there a second? All right, there's a motion and a second to New Mexico.
To New Mexico. He's the guy who came up here yelling at me. He's not. Correct. So he's asking to make him a delegate. He's asking 2/3. We require 2/3.
I got you. Okay.
Kalen's a member.
All right, so that would require 2/3.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Point of order, microphone 3.
New Mexico has certain requirements in their bylaws. Does Mr. Kalin, is he a dues payer of New Mexico for their seasoning period?
Would you like to answer that question, sir?
I got no information about it. I got no they gave me no information about that.
Are you a dues paying member?
I guess not. Okay, we're now in discussion for the amendment to add the gentleman to New Mexico. Is anybody seeking to be recognized on that amendment?
Mr. Chair, I had an outstanding point of order. It wasn't a point of information. I'm sorry if I worded that incorrectly. I don't think it's in order to add somebody to a New Mexico delegation that is not qualified under their bylaws.
Your point is well taken, Ms. Harlows. Can the gentleman please prove his credentials to the Bylaws Committee Chair?
Not bylaws.
I'm sorry, Credentials Committee.
Me, the person making the
No,
motion?
the gentleman who wants to be added to Mexico.
Okay. Mr. Chair, you said the Credential Committee
Yeah,
Chair?
I need to make sure he's eligible to be sat.
He's not even attested.
Are you willing to do that, sir?
At least attested to it, that's.
I mean, why?
He's walking over there right now.
We already asked him to be recognized once to attest to it.
I think he's on another delegation because he didn't pass their seasonal requirements. He went in as another state.
But y'all let me get in line to ask that we table that motion until he Smith would just.
Yes.
Okay. You have a point of order?
Sir?
Go ahead.
Table means like do it
We'll set it aside until later.
For what? To table the motion. Yeah, it'd be a.
Mr. Chair,
I don't think now's.
Mr. Chair, microphone 1. TJ Coes in Pennsylvania. I would like to make a motion to table this until we can prove his credentials.
Postpone
I
indefinitely.
think you mean postpone indefinitely?
Correct.
Okay.
Definitely.
I just talked to Michaela briefly about it, so I'll just bring it up next week.
So he's proving his credentials. Yeah.
All right, I have additional information about the delegate, just so you're all aware. Apparently, at the New Mexico convention, he was denied voting rights on the basis that he was not a member and not eligible to participate in the convention. And I am familiar enough with their bylaws to know if you can't participate in the convention, you can't be a delegate.
I'll withdraw my motion then at that point.
Okay. Microphone 2.
It's the point of order, Mr. Chair. Regarding the previous one about the DC delegation and there being an individual
Name
present,
and
my
state,
understanding
please.
is that there is one person. I'm sorry, I'm Daniel Ziemba from Michigan. My understanding is there's one person registered who's a resident of DC, and that person is not here.
I'm looking at it right now. I'll disqualify myself. I don't give a shit. Hang on.
So what we're looking for, we're looking to see.
Or a point of, could we identify who's present from DC right now, who's a resident?
Give me 1 second.
I'm working on that right now.
How long is that?
As soon as I get internet going, I just need to look at the system again.
Mr. Chair, microphone 1.
Hold on 1 second. I want to answer the gentleman's point of order first, and I'll move on to you.
Find my damn internet. Why?
Which one are you signed up?
I was trying to find my own because I don't trust anybody.
Well, if you want to get on to no dress code, that one seems to be working pretty well.
Okay.
Mr. Ziemba, how do you spell your name?
That's what we do.
Is it sandals or shoes?
Yep. With capital S.
Capital S?
Mr. Ziemba, how do you spell your name?
Oh, hey.
What was his point of order?
I just want to get your name spelled right. Is Daniel Ziemba? How do you spell Ziemba?
Well, the real question is, if I'm not a delegate, am I allowed to run?
Thank you, sir.
You can still be chair. Well, I mean, can I run for judicial? That's the question. I think I can.
I don't think it requires you to be a delegate.
Yeah, good. Just gives me more time to get signatures. Are you in DC? I am. Because I didn't want to sit next to New Hampshire. That was literally my whole thing was I'm like,
So you might have to decrease yourself.
yeah, I don't care. That's why I said I'll decrease that myself. I don't give a shit.
That's correct.
DC. Yep, that is true. All right.
So I want to get into
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Sir? Ow, God damn. Don't touch the microphone. It hurts you. I would like to let you know that there are 2 delegates checked in currently for Texas, or for DC. One is from Texas and one is from Kentucky. So that is, there is no one from DC currently there. And by the way, I'm the DC delegate. I'm the vote from Kentucky. So.
And I guess my point of order would state, therefore, per the decision rendered on the New Mexico delegation decision, there being no DC resident present, we cannot seat a DC delegate.
I don't want to speak for the chair, but I would assume that it would take a motion to enact that ruling on additional delegations. But I'll let the chair talk to that.
I guess I would disagree. The reason it's a point of order is because that was rendered as a bylaws-based decision.
So the question is whether or not DC can be sat.
If there's not a DC resident present, then yes, I believe we're cited.
I would rule the same way as New Mexico.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hold on one second.
Mr. Chair, microphone one.
Hold on, Mr. Martin. We went from 1 to, is that a point of order, sir?
Yes.
Okay, point of order, microphone 1.
And it could be a point of privilege, but we'll call it a point of order for the sake of being able to do this. So previously, there was a motion made with regards to tabling an item, and it was seconded, and that was then withdrawn by the person, and that's out of order because it belongs to the body at that point. So I'm not going to fall on my sword over that particular instance, but just for the benefit of the body, once it belongs to the body, it belongs to the body.
Your point is well taken. However, because the candidate was not eligible, the motion was moot, and I should have ruled it out of order, but you're correct, sir. All right, so we did one.
No, that's all right. Somebody needs to make a motion. And I'll speak in favor. Yep.
Yeah, you have to actually do a motion to unseat them.
That's what I said.
Literally said, yes.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Daniel Zimbia? Where are you? Mr. Zimbia.
Ziamba.
Ziamba. Where is he? So your point of order earlier, I just wanted to express that the previous motion on New Mexico was to add delegates, which was denied. A motion to, if your point of order is that the same applies to a delegation which requires that doesn't meet that requirements, because it's already in the credentials report, it would have to be a motion to amend that report to essentially remove those delegates or whatever the motion would be. Does that make sense?
Would that report then have been in violation of the bylaws in so doing?
No.
Reports aren't in violation.
Could you cite the text of the bylaw one more time for me? With respect to that, needing a resident present and credentialed? It was through 2A, we said, of that section?
Section 10.
Kept going back and forth between 2A and 3A, sorry.
10-2A.
And how did it
and
read?
10-3A as well.
And what was the statement in the bylaws exactly about residents present?
No, I've just.
Why don't we just make the motion and pass it?
Not if it was done in violation of the bylaws.
You got to say it under the microphone.
Mr. Secretary, could you please read the exact language of the bylaws?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Under Article 10 Conventions, number 2A, delegates shall be required to be members of either the party or an affiliate party at all regular conventions. Delegates shall be those so accredited who have registered at the convention. That is the definition of the delegate. Under 3A, one delegate for each 0.014% or fraction thereof of the total party-sustaining membership in that affiliate, provided that at least one such delegate must be a resident of the state or district.
Mr. Chair, before I...
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, I'll wait.
Just make the motion and move briefly.
Yes.
Like, just make the goddamn motion. That's all you have to do is make the motion.
Well, it's you and Paul Thompson, right?
I'll go down there and make the motion. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get mine for the goddamn.
Motion to remove yourself?
I think because I'm giving you the report, I don't think I'm on.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So I think the point of order was asking regarding the application of the chair's ruling in the case of the report. So I can't have a point of order. I can't make a ruling that amends the report. The body's going to have to amend the report.
Mr. Chair, I think I understand. Before I make my statement, can I ask a quick point of clarification? The original ruling, we first had the New Mexico matter ruled out of order because of the bylaws allegedly preventing it. And then the DC situation has a similar thing, but because the Credentials Committee did not treat New Mexico and DC the same way, right, you initially ruled that the DC would be out of order, and it sounds like you're reversing your ruling to say it actually is in order because it would require a motion in order to change the report.
Correct.
No.
Okay.
No, hold on. So the original motion was to add delegates to New Mexico. The addition of the motion, the addition of individuals to that delegation was ruled out of order.
Understood.
However, I can't fix a bylaws discrepancy in the report as chair. It would have to come from the body. Because
Understood.
it's already been adopted in the report.
Okay, thank you. So that allows me to make the thing that I wanted to do, and I wanted to just reiterate that this is clearly about politics and not about the rules.
Point
And
of
for that
order,
reason,
Mr.
I am
Chair.
appealing the ruling of the chair. Do I have a second?
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Excellent, thank you. Let's
Mr.
seat them all,
Ziemba
folks.
was
Let's make sure that our
recognized.
states
Hold on,
are
hold
able
on,
to...
hold on, Ms. Harlos. Hold on. So the ruling of the chair, okay, so you're
I am appealing the
appealing
ruling of the chair with respect to the New Mexico ruling. Let's treat these states the same way, Mr. Chair. That's my proposition. Let's seat them all. What do you guys say? Who wants to seat them all? Seat them all. Seat them all. Seat
Mr.
them all.
Chair.
Right. We are already on a different motion. It's too late to appeal the ruling of the chair. They need to make a motion to amend the agenda.
It's not timely.
It is not timely. It is not in order.
I believe, sir, that it would be
Thank you
in
very
order.
much,
Okay,
Mr.
then I
Martin.
will appeal the ruling of the chair regarding
Mr.
the
Chair.
DC.
You cannot
Let's
do that.
treat these states the same way.
cannot
Let's
do
be
that.
consistent, Mr.
It's
Chair.
dilatory.
It's not dilatory if there's a
Mr.
second.
Chair, I ask that you call the member to order.
Please come to order, Mr. Martin. I've given you your answer. You don't like the question, you can get back in line.
There's an appeal to the ruling of the chair on the
Mr.
floor.
Martin, it's out of order. It is not timely. I apologize, but that's your answer.
There's an appeal and a
If you
second, Mr.
continue,
Chair.
I'm going to call you to order again. You're not recognized. I call you a third time. I ask the body what they want to do with you. Microphone 3, Ms. Harlos.
My point of order may now be moot, but it was that you had recognized Mr. Ziemba and then Mr. Martin jumped in line, and you can't have placeholders for people. When someone is recognized, they are recognized. They don't get to tap in somebody else.
Your point is well taken.
Mr. Chairman, request for information.
Microphone 3, request for information.
Zach Kellier from Idaho. I'm reading, is it correct that by 2/3 vote, the convention may approve additional delegates and alternates whose names and addresses are submitted to the Credentials Committee during the convention?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm posing it as a request for information, and I believe the bylaws state that by 2/3 vote, we could approve any delegates who had been submitted to the Credentials Committee. Is that correct?
For a 2/3 vote, you can get anybody accepted who's not a delegate or who's not been credentialed previously. Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Microphone 1.
Jim Fulner, Connecticut. I motion that we accept the Credentials Committee report as amended.
What was his name?
Are you calling the question, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, is there a second to calling the question? All right, so it does require 2/3
What was the
to
member's
call the
name?
question. What's your name, sir?
Jim Fulner.
Jim Fulner.
Oh, Jim Fulner.
Okay. All in favor of calling the question, please raise your token. Please put them down. All opposed, please raise your token. That looks like 2/3 to me. We have a Credentials Committee report.
I'm done. Goodbye. Hey, Stephen, please ask anybody who was added to come out and see me out there to credentials.
Okay, anybody who's been added, anybody who needs to check in, please go to the credentials.
I need to add somebody.
What you need?
Kenneth Blevins from Oklahoma. I
What did
moved
you-
to amend the credentials report to add Jacob Stone.
It's too late. The
And I'll-
report's already closed, but you can go over there and you can talk to the Credentials Committee and you can try to get them added.
Point of information.
Which microphone?
3.
Go ahead. Your name
Sandra Callender, California. I wanted to clarify, I'm hoping that Kane can remain and
I'm sorry, what is your point of information?
well,
Or a request for information? What are you requesting?
the point of information is okay for these people who are not delegates who came to sit in the room and listen and observe, see how it goes.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what is your point of information?
I'm asking if it's okay for them to stay. In other words, as far as I know, it's okay for them to participate and learn how this goes, and then next year or the next time, we'll have another opportunity.
So you're asking if non-credentialed delegates can be in the convention hall?
Non-credentialed
Or non-credentialed
people of
non-delegates?
any kind, family, friends, whatever.
There's the
What-
gallery to
we're-
the rear.
Yeah, they're going to have to sit, anybody who is not a credentialed delegate is going to have to go to the gallery, which you can see in the back. There's three rows of seats back there. There's also some tables, but they cannot be among the General Assembly.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Point of order, go ahead, name and state.
It was not me,
Oh,
but
was that you? Microphone 1, go ahead.
The question was,
Your
the
name and
vote
state,
passed, Jonathan McGee, Alabama. Technically, the Credentials Committee report has not been accepted. The question has been called.
We voted on the 2/3.
Correct.
Thank you,
Oh
Mr.
my God,
Chair.
you're
That's
right.
what I was going
Thank
to
you
say.
very much. I apologize. That is correct.
Mr. Blevins, then
Then you're right. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
So,
no,
no.
it's
We
not.
already
Question was
voted to
called.
call the question.
Question was called.
So the question's been called. We're going to vote on the actual Credentials Committee report. If it fails, then we could go back to discussion amendment. Okay? All right. I apologize. So we need a vote on the Credentials Committee report. The question has been called, so there's no more discussion. We're going to go
Point of
straight-
order, Mr. Chair. We have not voted on.
We're going to vote on it now.
Okay.
Vote on next. Yeah, I
Thank you.
apologize. All right. So, all in favor
Not
of
what he
adopting
said.
the Credentials Committee report as amended, please raise your token. Put them down. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, we're not going to do standing rules. The next item of business is the adoption of the agenda. The chair is seeking a
Point of
motion to adopt the
privilege,
agenda.
Mr. Chair.
Hello, Jennifer Leatherberry from Virginia.
Go ahead.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second.
Point of information, Mr. Chair, Mike 1.
Hold on one second. I want to see if we can get the agenda on screen.
That's what I was about to ask.
Awesome.
give me a couple seconds, and if you can
Be
get
at
the
ease for
name,
just a moment.
if you can get the name of the mover, name and state.
For the one that moved it? Yeah. The mover of the motion to accept the agenda, I'm sorry, what is your name and state again for the secretary?
Jennifer Leatherberry from
Jennifer
Virginia.
Leatherberry, Virginia.
Thank you.
Point of privilege, Mr. Chair. Dan Zamba, Michigan, Mike 2.
I'm sorry, is that a point of?
Point of privilege, yes.
Point of privilege?
Are we, it's my understanding, or was my understanding, that we were holding off on additional credentialing until the report was adopted, which just was. Are we planning to stand at ease prior to additional business to allow anyone who is held up on credentialing to credential, or are we going straight into additional business?
So the credentials report has closed, so anybody that failed to credential before, I think it was 9 o'clock, can get back in line to get credentialed if they've already submitted. We're going to have a supplementary report after lunch, in which case any additions or subtractions from that report can be included on the floor.
Okay, so the intention would be to move forward with business until lunch, and after that?
Correct. So every morning and after every lunch, there'll be a supplementary report that the body will adopt. So anybody that comes in on a flight late, something like that, they can check in, and at the next session, they'll be included.
Okay, I guess I would like to move to, well, perhaps it's worth polling the room to see if there are a number of such people who would like to be added in such a way. I know I've heard several people, it would be in order to move to stand at ease for 10 or 15 minutes.
That's not in order at this time. We're on the agenda. All right, so we've got the agenda on the screen. I want to scroll down a little slow. This is what we're going to be voting on.
Mr. Chair.
We're now on to discussion. Is there anybody who seeks to be recognized for discussion of the agenda?
Microphone 3.
Go ahead.
Aaron Starr, California. As I'm looking at the draft proposed agenda and other convention business, I notice that at Monday at 2:30 p.m. will be the LNC post-convention meeting. In order to make sure that happens and that we have a convention that doesn't run overly long, I wish to move to fix the time at which the convention will adjourn on Monday at 2:30 p.m.
All right, there's been a motion.
Mr. Chair, if Mr. Starr would look at the screen, the business session is listed as adjourn 2:30 p.m.
Thank you very much. It wasn't on my printed agenda that I took from the website.
Okay.
The website is different.
So essentially the same.
I don't do the
effect as
website.
we got. All right, microphone one, go ahead.
Yes, Ted Brown from Texas. I moved to change the afternoon starting time after lunch to 1:30 p.m. each day.
Okay, is that for today?
Today and Saturday and Sunday. It looks like it's already that way on Monday.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate that. Point of interest. No, point of information.
It's either point of information or request for information.
Okay.
Either works.
So you want to make the time to re-adjourn 1:30, is that correct?
Reestablish, yes.
Okay. So 1:30, so amend it for Friday and Saturday?
And Sunday.
And Sunday. All right, so the motion's been seconded. Would you like to speak to your motion?
Yes, just briefly. We just don't have enough time to do all the business that we need to conduct. Like this morning has been all credentials. We have bylaws, we have platform, we have elections. We really need more time on for business.
Is there anyone who's seeking to be recognized on this amendment?
Point of information, Mike 1.
What's your point of information? Name and
Point
state also?
Reese Smith, delegate from Pennsylvania. Point of information, would this time change interfere with any of the planned activities of the convention, such as speakers or those convention-sponsored lunches?
We would probably move any of that over. Now, we're about to run up on 12. Technically, you can't gavel in without me. So I'm going to... Mr. Ford, do you mind coming up? Would you like to speak to the gentleman's question of whether or not...
When do I? Point of information. Point of information.
Hold on a
Mike
second.
3.
Hold on. Without objection, I'd like to hear from Convention Oversight Committee Chair, Mr. Ford, on that question.
Excuse my voice, folks. So, when we established this convention, we pushed it to 4 days with the clear intention of being able to absorb overflows of time, committee work, presentations. That's part of life in a Libertarian convention. If you go to our site, you'll see that we have a number of breakout sessions. We have one today. Ammon Bundy is talking, as well as Eric Brakey from the Free State Project. So we're counting on this time as a way not only to deliver information and training, but frankly, to finance the cost of this event, which is significant. We've got a number of keynote speeches that are going to be made to the body. We also have buffer time on Monday, and that was the purpose of going to 4 days. Right, so reconvening at 1:30, and if this is going to be the progression of events, I'd ask you not to, politely. And I understand the passion for the platform and the bylaws. Again, when we planned this, knowing that it wasn't a presidential year and that we wouldn't have to deal with that, we'd have officer elections. A big point of this was to have enough time and prioritize, because it is a critical priority to modernize our bylaws as well as address outstanding issues in the platform. So, again, I will...
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Point of order.
But I will ask folks to stick to the schedule.
Mr. Chair,
as
point
close
of
as
order.
possible. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Point of order, microphone 1.
Jack Westbrook, State of Texas. The gentleman was debating when he was supposed to just be answering the question.
Point of order.
Point of order, microphone 3.
Aren't we in the middle of a vote?
We are in the middle of discussion.
But is this discussion on
It was a
adopting the
point of
agenda?
information. There was an amendment to the agenda to make our reconvene time 1:30 throughout the weekend.
Okay, just
And
to-
there was a question as to whether or not that would
Okay,
impact.
fair enough.
And so we heard from Mr. Ford.
Okay.
All right. So we're back on discussion of the amendment to move our reconvene time to 1:30. Is anybody seeking to be recognized on that amendment? No? No?
Point of information.
What is your point of information?
I'm Tamara Lesnar, the candidate for Secretary of State for the state of South Dakota. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing some of you guys over back here, especially with overtalk. Is it
Okay.
possible we can have you talk a little louder?
Sure, you're having issues from my microphone?
Well, even in the back there, I have problem, and when people are bringing up motions and points of order, I
Gotcha.
have overtalk in the back, I can't hear.
All right, I would ask the body to please keep chatter at a minimum so we can hear, and I will let the AV crew know, or one of these guys will, that they need to try to boost up the volume for the back.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, we should be recognized on this amendment?
Yes. On the amendment or on the adoption of agenda?
On the amendment to move our reconvene time to 1:30.
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, so I don't think there's any further discussion on this amendment. We'll go ahead and move to a vote. All in favor of moving the reconvene time throughout the weekend to 1:30, please raise your token. All right, go ahead and put them down. All opposed? Motion fails.
Microphone 3.
Microphone 3.
I would like to call the pending question.
Second. There's been a motion to call the question that does require 2/3. I heard a second, so all in favor of calling the question, please raise your token. All right, put them down. All opposed? Motion carries. So we got to vote now that we've moved to adopt the agenda. We'll go ahead and vote to adopt. It requires a majority. All in favor of the adoption of the agenda, please raise your token. All right, put them down. All opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman.
So, orders of the day at the moment is lunch until 1:30 because we're at noon. We're actually on time, which is amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, so 2 because the motion didn't carry. So we're gonna reconvene at 2 o'clock. The chair is seeking a motion to recess until 2. Is there a second? What is that? Okay. All in favor of recessing till 2 o'clock, please raise your token. Put them down. All opposed? We are at recess till 2 p.m. Through Z, Amon Bundy, if you bought your package, A through Z, he's going to be on next. If you purchase your package, you get food. There's still time to purchase.
Come. Now it's working.
Oh, here you go, Pat.
Folks.
Hello.
If I could get your attention for just a second, I know it's been a long morning. If you leave, make a right-hand turn, go straight out that door and follow. There are 2 events. Ammon Bundy, all right, is having a paid luncheon where he'll be speaking. And then the Free State Project is actually doing a free sort of workshop informational session. We'll have them on a couple of times this weekend. But again, Ammon Bundy, if you didn't buy a ticket, you'll be able to buy one inside. Again, A through C is Ammon Bundy, D, E, and F. Just take a right-hand turn, go down through the exhibitors, and walk around the corner, okay?
Singers meet at the front of the room. All singers.
Again, Ammon Bundy Luncheon.
We have giant screens, it's still difficult. Okay, can you scroll?
What's up, buddy?
Even now.
No, I don't.
Take a look at the big screen and give me a thumbs up.
Remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Let's try one more notch.
Right, the Ammon Bundy. Yeah, that's it. Everything.
Mr. Chair, point of information.
All right, again, Ammon
Our bird's
Bundy.
real.
Follow around through the reception area. Through the tabling area.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Keep going. And the rooms A through F, they're on your map. They'll be right there. You can buy a ticket there. Thank you.